Hi, thanks for joining us on another episode. We're here just outside of Plains at the Boyhood farm of Jimmy Carter. So we're going to walk around. We were here a year ago. This is our first time filming, and it's so pleasant here. I don't even think they charge to get in, and you see the home where he grew up. So I'm just going to pan the camera around. And that's the house there where he grew up. We'll take a look inside. I remember they have it furnished with the kind of furniture that he would have had back then. And we'll just read the plaque here. I won't read everything, but in 1928, when he was just 4 years old, his father Earl moved the family to this farm. The Carters lived here until they sold the land in 1949. It remained privately owned until 1994, when the National Park Service acquired 17 of the original 360 acres. After a multi-year restoration, the Jimmy Carter Boyhood Farm opened to the public in 2000. Oh, this is great. So this is where he grew up, and we got animals on the farm here. Even a cat named Jules. And then, all right. So here's some more information here. A quote from his book. In the early years of my way of life on the farm, we always had enough to eat, but no money to waste. We felt closer to nature, close to the members of our family, and close to God. All right, now we're coming into the house where Jimmy Carter moved in 1928 when he was 4 years old. I love the porch. Looks like those are I don't know what that is. Maybe it's some kind of washing machine? An old ironing board there. Love these old homes. That looks like it's an old pump for water for the sink. That's great. All right, this is interesting. So the Carters were the second owners. They moved in 1928, and the heating they had was fireplaces and wood stoves. Initially, there was no running water, and electricity was unavailable till 1938. And then Earl Carter sold this house in 1949. Wow. No electricity till 1938. All right, when you walk into the Carter home, you come into a central hall. I love the old phone there. That's great. And then you come into this room. So this was Jimmy Carter's bedroom. It says his bedroom was the place where he kept many of his collected treasures. Lillian Carter installed a love of reading in her children. That's so great. I'm going to press this button here.
When I was a boy, I was strongly influenced by my Uncle Tom Gordy, who served in the Navy, stationed in the Pacific on a ship. And he would often send me letters and souvenir gifts from China, Japan, the Philippines, other places that he visited. One of the presents he sent me was a small model of a Chinese junk or ship. Of course, that was one of my most cherished possessions. One of my fondest memories was a Christmas morning when I was a little boy. I had long wanted a pony and was discouraged from expecting it, but I woke up one Christmas, I was ill, I couldn't get out of the house because I had measles, and my mother and father said that maybe Santa Claus left me something outside in the yard, so I raised a window in this bedroom, looked out, and there was a pony. been more excited in my life. And of course, then for years, I rode my pony, whom I called Lady. She had colts that I cherished, and it really was one of the transforming moments of my boyhood. As a boy, I was an avid reader, as was my mother. Whenever I was asked what I wanted for Christmas for Santa Claus to bring me, I always said books. Reading was really my major contact with the outside world. You know, what happened in Africa with Tarzan, what happened with Tom Swift and his adventures in scientific developments of those days. It was reading and the books that opened my eyes to the world that I didn't yet know as a boy. That reading habit stuck with me throughout my life, and that's one of the reasons that I still like to read and write books of my own.
I love that story about his horse, Lady. That must have been a nice moment in his childhood when he got a horse. So now we're going to go over here. Not every room has his narration. So this is the kitchen. I love how they have furnished it with furniture from the time. And the old floors, wow, they still look good. So it says that they had a wood stove, and that would keep the house warm in the winters, and Miss Lillian was a strong advocate of eating well. That's a nice old stove. Okay, coming along here. Bathroom. Finally getting an indoor bathroom was a big event in the Carter family. No one complained about bathing in the cold shower with water coming directly from the tank in the windmill. An even greater blessing was not having to walk outside and across the yard to go to the outhouse. Notice the unique shower head, a bucket with holes in the bottom. Oh wow. So that was his shower head, a bucket with holes in the bottom. I bet they were happy when they got their indoor plumbing. That's just great. Love that. One more look at that shower head. Oh my God. Another bedroom in there. So this is the dining room in the Carter house. It's a big room. The kitchen was small, but this dining room is big, and they have a fireplace there. And in the information there, it said that Lillian, his mother, used to do a lot of sewing in here. And then she also, her daughter, Lillian Carter was not the seamstress of the family. Her daughter Gloria sewed when she was in high school. Occasionally the Carters would entertain, and the table would be pushed back for dancing. Sounds like they were a nice, friendly family with the neighbors. I'm just going to walk over here. Oh, and this is the breakfast room. Oh, isn't that sweet? So I showed you the kitchen already, so this is the breakfast room. These rooms are pretty big. It said blocks of ice for the ice box were delivered from town regularly to help preserve perishable items. Family meals were usually very quiet. Miss Lillian encouraged her family to read even at meal times. So you would have seen the children at the table engrossed in books and magazines. She got Jimmy Carter very into reading, which obviously was a very good thing, and he became a writer as well. All right, now we're in his parents' bedroom, which is right next to the bathroom that I showed you. So they kind of had an ensuite bathroom there, although the bathroom also opens up to the hallway. This is a nice big room. And they had a fireplace. They have a fireplace there. And it says this room was the only place where the Carters tried to keep a fire going full time in the winter. Earl would build up the flame before he left for work in the dark morning hours. The children with goose pimples on their bodies and toes curled up on the icy floors would rush in here on cold mornings to put on their clothes for school. Billy, born in 1937, and the youngest, stayed in this room with his parents until he could occupy his older brother's room after he left for college. That's nice. And that photo above there is Miss Lillian, his mother, when she was 15. I'll just do a close-up on that. That's his mother when she was 15. Nice. I just love how you can come here, it's free, and you really get a piece of history. All right, so the house had 2 bedrooms, and now we're in the back of the house. And, oh, there's a 3rd bedroom in the back. We've only seen 2. I'm going to push the button here, and we get some info. It's just wonderful. So this room in today's vernacular would be the living room or family room, where they would gather and relax. So one more bedroom. So Jimmy Carter had 2 sisters, Gloria and Ruth, and they shared this back bedroom right next to the family room. That's so nice. Oh, and they had a fireplace too. So their room, oh, it doesn't go through, but their room was next to the parents' room. And it says the Carters were accustomed to the train passing and usually slept right through all of the noise. Sometimes the girls would slip out the front window to sit on the front doorstep and talk. So they were near the railroad here. Oh yeah, I'm going to walk back. I'm going to walk out there and the railroad is right there. What a beautiful room. So this is where Jimmy Carter's 2 sisters slept. Love it. One look at that hallway. It's not a small house. I'd say it's maybe about, I don't know, 1,800 square feet, something like that. I love this living room where they would gather and listen to the radio and I guess play piano. So I'm going to walk out here to the back porch. Or maybe this is considered the front porch. Yeah, I guess it's the front porch because the road is here and then you have the railroad right there. That's just great. So this is the front porch and where we came in was the back porch. And I can hear the railroad right now. Love it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Boyhood home of Jimmy Carter. Isn't it charming? I love it. We're going to walk around the grounds and look at some more. But I just love that house. It's so, I feel like when I'm there, I'm going back to the 1930s. So charming.